Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome to all our listeners. I am Charvi Mittal, a student of Delhi Public School, Etawah, and right now you are listening to Young Sparks Studio, a platform where curiosity meets an inspiration. And today we are truly honored and delighted to have with us one of the most respected figures in the field of science, that is Dr. C Verma, sir. Dr. Verma is a distinguished Indian physicist and educator renowned for his immense contribution in the field of science. He is best known for his legendary book that is The Concept of Physics, which has guided and inspired generation of students who are preparing for competitive exams in India and beyond. His approach to teaching emphasizes clarity, conceptual learning, practical problem solving, making even the complex situation simple and fascinating. Through his unique idea of teaching, he has not only emphasized countless scientific minds but also shown us the true beauty of learning physics with curiosity, patience, and of course, joy. So let's begin our exciting conversation with the man who made come physics alive for millions, Dr. H.C. Verma, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, let's begin with your childhood.
Sure.
So, what were your first memory of being curious about how the world really works? Like, was it inspired from Sir Newton's story or something?
By the world itself. You don't need someone to inspire. World itself is so inspirational. The world itself is so amazing. As you go on understanding different layers of world, you feel very, very fascinated. So that's enough motivation.
That's really interesting. Sir, did you enjoy experimenting and tinkering with things as a child? And was there any mistake, curiosity driven mistake that you still remember?
No, nothing like that.
Oh,
Actually, we did not have all this luxury.
okay. I see.
Our family was a middle class family, so there was nothing to break apart and see what is there inside. so, and even otherwise, going to school, coming back, and then for
Just a normal routine.
some play, some games. That's all. That was the life.
So, the concept of physics has become more than just a book. It is almost a legacy in itself. So, when you look back today, what do you think about the impact it had on generations of learners?
No, it did have impact, and that is reflected in many different ways. One is that this book was written 33 years ago. 1992 was the first publication.
Yes.
In these 33 years, lot of patterns have changed, examination patterns changed, syllabus changed, curriculum changed, new education policy came, everything happened, COVID came, everything
Yes,
happened.
sir.
Okay, so many things happened in 33 years. But this book was never revised. The same first edition, which was published in 1992, is still going on without any change. Of course, the corrections and typo correction, editorial corrections, those corrections are being made, but no paragraph is added.
Still, that book is
No new
legendary.
numerical is added.
Yes.
So what came out in 1992? Still, it is relevant. Still, it is relevant
Yes.
everywhere. If you look at different platforms, everyone talks about this book, Concepts of Physics, good or bad. So it shows that yes, it is having a lot of impact on the society.
Sir, if you could go back to your teenage time, what advice would you give to yourself as a science learner?
See, science learning is a natural phenomenon. You don't have to do any extra effort for it. Science learning is a natural phenomenon. Somehow we have made this science learning unnatural. And then we are looking for ways to get interested into it.
Yes.
And how to learn, how to concentrate, like that. Science learning is a very natural thing because we live in nature. and there are so many things happening in nature and amazing things happening in nature. And if you start studying science, then you unfold all those mysteries, and you get more and more interested to learn more, learn more, learn more. So it should come naturally. It should come naturally.
Yes, sir. I think you're absolutely right. So I personally believe that subject becomes even more fun when learned through joyful experiments. So is there any experiment that you recommend every student should try to fall in love with physics?
See, the experiments are all the time being done by the nature itself.
Yes, sir. Of course.
You study this person, your nature shows you rainbow, right? Like that, everywhere. You have winters, you have summers, you have radiations. In winters, people will just burn that bonfire or something, and then will sit in front of it to get the warmth. This is an experiment. This is an experiment where this heat or the radiation is coming through this process of electromagnetic waves and all those things. So the experiments are always there. But then one should have competence as a science student. One should have competence to see it there. Right? For example, if I see something being cooked in pressure cooker, do I have this inclination to look at it in from the point of view of science, that what is happening inside the pressure cooker so that it cooks the food so fast?
Yes,
Okay.
like you have shown in those tests of NAEST.
So if I have that, or if you are running a mixer to make that chutney, then whatever fluid is there, it takes parabolic shape. So why parabolic only? Why not some other shape? And then if you do the calculations and develop all those equations, you learn a lot and you enjoy a lot, because you are solving a phenomena which is there, and for that purpose you are practicing science formula equations, and then finally when you understand, okay, I got it, I got that parabolic shape from my calculations, those things become much more meaningful and joyful, right? But somehow in the present system we do not have that. We have so much of physics, so much of science going around in our kitchen, in our sports grounds, in our dining rooms, in our drawing rooms. See, we have this national competition called National Anveshika Experimental Skill Test. There, in one of the rounds, we give some write-up, some experiment. We design experiment ourselves, and the students are tested on that. They have to perform the experiment and then send us the PDF reports. It's online. Experiments are not online. The submission of reports is online. The experiments are to be done with material, and the condition is it has to be done with the home materials, whatever is there in the home. And every year we design fantastic experiments which can be done only with the home material. And that particular round is the most enjoying round. 4 rounds, there are total 4 rounds, and this particular, which is the second round, is the most enjoyable because the students are challenged to design the experimental setup themselves. Right? It's not that this is the experiment and there's a material required. There's no list of material required. Whatever they are in their house, from there they have to design the setup, and that's the most exciting part for them.
Yes, sir.
So the science experiments are all the time possible, all the time happening in the house itself, or your kitchen itself, or your marketplace itself. But we have to have that vision. But not everyone should have it. Why should everyone have this science inclination? Whoever has an inclination towards it, whoever enjoys unfolding these mysteries, for those people, this is a very natural, fun game.
So, the idea of NEEST, learning by doing, how can schools and colleges adopt the similar approach?
So that depends on the schools, colleges. That depends on the school, colleges, the kind of expertise, the kind of exposure So all those things will matter. But learning by doing is one aspect. Everything should not be learned only through experiments, through doing. Okay, we should have competency in the theoretical framework also, and especially after, say, let's say class 10th level or so, higher levels. So there, but this spirit should be inculcated from the very beginning, that we should have the competency of doing some abstract thing connected to the thing which is very much there. So it's not that I learned everything by doing. I also learned everything by thinking.
Okay.
By thinking. If I think something has happened, there is some explanation, known explanation, or I can find, I can search, I can ask my teacher, and the explanations are there. Okay, I have learned that. But then, can I extend? Can I think on it? Can I see the similar thing happening in some other context? Am I able to recognize that, oh, it's the same thing that we had seen there or we had done there, it's the same thing, only the situation is different. So that kind of competence is also needed. So mathematics is very necessary. If you want to do science, because mathematics is that language of the theoretical framework. Okay, so all these things combined. But if I only do mathematics, if I only do theory, if I only do equations, then also I'm not developing myself well. But I don't know why I am doing that. Why I am doing those calculations? Why I am cramming all those equations, that formula? Why? So if I'm learning by doing, then I will not connect it. But if I don't do this theoretical framework, then I am only half done. So a proper balance of this experimental approach, activity-based learning, that approach, and also the analysis. I should be able to analyze situations with my equations, my formulae, my models. That's the best combination.
Okay, sir. So, what is your favorite concept in physics?
Oh, everything is favorite.
Okay.
Everything is favorite. The whole nature is favorite.
So, actually, sometime I easily get frustrated while solving physics question. So, how can I and other student adopt the qualities of persistence and patience which are oftenly required in science?
Why science? Why not in life?
Yes, sir. Eventually.
So these are qualities which should be there in everyone. The patience, persistent, and psychologically sturdiness. So these the readiness to accept challenges, those qualities should always be there. One should not be fragile. One should not be fragile, right? So that those qualities should always be there. And the same applies to science also. If you do a physics problem and it doesn't work out and you are spending hours on that, not to be frustrated, but to tell you that you have not understood the theory well. Just go back and read that theory once again with some concentration. It will be done. It will be done. Right?
So, how can students balance academics with exploring their natural creativity?
Not a difficult thing. The natural creativity is something which should be given the topmost importance. Okay, topmost importance, and the curriculum is not difficult to handle. Curriculum is easy to handle. So if you have some time division, whatever suits you, 10% for this natural exploration, 90% for the curriculum, or 80% for the curriculum, 20% for your own passion, whatever distribution you are comfortable with. But we allocate some time for it. 10%, 20%, 15%, 30%, whatever makes you comfortable, for doing something which we like and something on which I can think ab initio, and then I can do something, I can write something, I can talk something, I derive something. So some time should be allocated for that to keep that alive, spirit alive.
Sir. So today's students really feel awkwardness and hesitation while asking doubts in their classes. So my next question is related to that. How important is asking why and how the things happen in the journey of our learning phase?
See, questions should occur. There are two kinds of questions. One is, I am teaching something and you are trying to understand, and then you are not receiving what I wanted to give. There may be many, many reasons. I am not a good orator. Let us say I am not a good orator, so I am telling the things in such a bad language that you do not understand. But if you do not understand for any reason, you should do something. You should ask questions. So this is one type of questions where I do not understand, and therefore the question arises, and I want to. For like in our AI, the Chat GPT, Google Gemini, or Perplexity, those I have to give the prompts. So I am asking the question generally because I do not understand something which is standard. Something which is standard. People understand. My fellow students, friends understand. I do not understand it. So I ask questions. That's one. The other is, what you tell I understand very well, but then I go ahead of it. If this is the thing, I have understood it. Then there are next level questions which are occurring to me. They are more important.
Yes.
Both are important, of course. One is to learn those basics which is in the curriculum, which the teacher is teaching in the class. So one is that. But the second thing is, am I able to look at it critically and then find that something is wrong somewhere or something is missing somewhere? Some new question comes to my mind. And then I ask this question. Now, hesitation part is a different. If I am confident, there will be no hesitation. If I know that what question I am asking makes a meaning, I should not hesitate, in fact. And second thing is all personal perspective also. Some people are shy in front of others. They will not ask, but one-to-one they will ask.
Yes.
One-to-one they do not ask, but if you give an opportunity to write a message and electronically ask the question, they are okay. So it will vary from person to person. But first thing is, questions should occur to you. Everything should not look okay, good. Yeah, understood this, everything understood well. A very good teacher will present things in such a way that you understand everything. That's the definition of a good teacher. But that's not a definition of a good teacher. Because if everything is understood, then the thinking part is gone. So something should be left open so that student can think.
So, but if the student will understand the part clearly, so the other question will arise instantly.
So it's a kind of a chain. When students ask questions on email to me, most of the time I give only half-cooked reply. Okay? And 3-4 round will go. I will not answer, but I will drive them in thinking mode. So I will just ask some question. If you can do this, it will solve your problem. So do this. So they will do that. Generally their problem will be solved. And they will solve the problem, not me.
Yes.
Right? But sometimes it takes 3-4 iterations. And finally it gets solved. So this thinking process, knowing is not that important. Knowing is very easy. There's so much of literature, so many people are there to tell, so many sites are there, your school system will tell. So knowing is not a difficult part. But then working on it, what you have known, and from there you have new questions, that is important.
Yes. So in the last, What message would you like to give to the students of Delhi Public School Ottawa who would really love to follow your path in education?
The message for all the students, and even if you are not a students, the message is the same. One is, have the spirit of questioning. Develop the spirit of questioning. Number one. Number two, accept challenges. Don't avoid them. Life is full of challenges. In the curriculum, in your studies, if you try to avoid difficulties, that will weaken you, right? Second thing is that do not avoid the challenges. Challenges should be accepted and worked on, because life is full of challenges. Many challenges will come in the life. And number three, have self-confidence. You are capable. I am capable of doing it. I do not need assistance. I do not need someone extra helping me. I will do it myself. So that kind of self-confidence is required. So these three messages are enough, I believe. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your patience, your wisdom, your knowledge with us. Listening to you has always been inspiring, and not just for physics student, but for every student who love learning with curiosity and purpose. Your journey reminds us that science is not just about equations and experiments, but it is also about observing the world around us. Your the way you have dedicated your life to make physics simple, motivating, fascinating is something that deeply motivates us all. And on the behalf of Delhi Public School, Ottawa, and Young Spark Studio, I thank you once again for joining us and inspiring our generation to think, explore, and believe in the power of learning. And to all the listeners, thank you for tuning in. I hope our today's conversation with Dr. C Verma sir has sparked your eyes and encouraged you to look at physics with more sparked eyes. And don't forget to follow Young Spark Studio for more insightful talks with inspiring personalities. This is Charvi Mittal signing off. Thank you.